Oh, okay, I think it's recording. Hey, y'all. I'm Kelly Chambers. I work in student engagement, and I am here today with Brendan, so you should be able to see both of us. And so Brendan is the president of the SpongeBob Club at UVA, and we're going to be walking through the Renewal application just to show you what to expect. So if you get stuck at any point in time, you can pop into this video and see what all of the steps look like, or if you get stuck at any point in time, you can kind of troubleshoot. So also, this is a great opportunity if you're watching this video just to pull up your application and walk through it with us if you want to do it side by side. So whatever works for you. And then Brendan, if you want to say a couple words.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Brendan, president of the SpongeBob Club. Happy to help out with this and make sure you guys all renew your CIO for next year. Don't want to go away.
Yay! Yes. Awesome. Okay, so Brendan, you are sharing your screen with us already, which is great. So if you can just Google at UVA or go to the at UVA page. Yep. Boom.
All right.
And then, yeah, so it should prompt you to sign in up there on the right. Yep, so you sign in with your computing ID and password.
Duo.
Yes, I kind of love that duo, two-part sign in. And then go to your organization page. So yeah, you can click up there. You can search the title on the left, or there's multiple ways to get to your org page.
Oh, just search.
Yeah, if you want to just type SpongeBob there, that's probably one of the easiest ways. Yep.
Yeah.
And then click on your page. And then see at the top where it says Manage Org on the right, Manage Organization. So yep, right there. So that Manage Organization button is the button you're looking for to find your organization page. Boom, here's the SpongeBob Club. So Brendan, you're currently the primary contact, which is great. And then you're going to click that blue re-register, this org button. So all groups that are active should have that button. If y'all are frozen, just let me know, and there's different instructions for that. Great. So yeah, Brendan, if you want to just scroll down, kind of read through a little bit of this. This is our fun little image.
All right.
So, and actually, if you, Brendan, can you read through that checklist for us briefly?
Yeah, make sure the non-affiliation language is on your CIO's website and social media. Include the non-discriminatory language in your CIO's constitution. Delete any old non-discrimination language. If you're unsure about that, ask us before you submit. Check that your organization is using the university's name correctly in all places, and check that your organization is using logos correctly.
Cool. So if you think about your organization, does that make sense, or do you have any questions about some of those things?
That makes sense. I remember when we made our constitution, we had that updated. Now we just became a CIO in December. So has this language changed since then, or do you think our constitution's all
No,
good?
so great question. So yeah, since y'all are a relatively new club, the non-discrimination language should be the same. The non-affiliation language is also the same. And sometimes groups will submit their constitution with some old language in it. But we'll double check yours when you go to upload it and see that it looks good. So cool. And yeah, all these links are to the CIO agreement. So if there's anything you're not sure about before you start the application, good to just click on those and see what that's about. Okay, go ahead and hit next.
Great. All right. Where's next?
Yep, scroll down, that blue button. See it?
Yeah.
So here's 2 questions getting you started.
All right. So I will do this feature because I'm the outgoing president. Or should
okay, so you're the yeah, that's right. You are the outgoing president.
Right.
Okay, and yeah, so glad you brought that up. So, in an ideal world, you'd actually have the new president be filling this out. just because once you submit and we approve, then the person that submits becomes the primary contact for the organization. You're already that primary contact, but it's also a good tool to switch ownership for the new person. They have them
Right, I
filled
can show
out.
how to do that. Yeah.
But yeah, so yes, that should be the one that you select. So ideally, CIOs, please have your incoming officer submit it. If for any reason you need your current president to submit, that's also fine. Just make sure you change your primary contact later when it makes sense. So cool. Yep.
All right, next.
So if yes, you're a returning member. Sorry, Brendan, you're a returning officer. What year are you again?
I'm a fourth year.
Fourth years. Okay, so you will not be returning, but for the sake of this,
Right.
we will have you continue. So yeah, again, if yes, you are a president or incoming returning member, please continue. If not, please, please, please ask your incoming president or another returning member to proceed with the renewal process. And then there's some instructions here of if your incoming president can't access the application, you can make those changes in your roster and designate them so that they can see it, because technically only those listed as president or primary contact can access and view this application. And another question we tend to get, which goes into this, is if you don't have your incoming officers yet, or maybe you're planning to transition in the next couple weeks and you're trying to figure out when to submit your application. I'd say if you're getting ready to transition, just wait till the new person transitions and have them submit in the next couple weeks once they've transitioned. So that's step 2. Or if you really want to do it sooner rather than later, you can just designate a returning member as the primary contact on your roster and have that person submit. And again, you can make whatever changes you need to later to your roster. So cool. Go ahead and hit next, Brendan.
All right.
Okay, so this is the CIO agreement. So this is the formal contract that all CIOs sign every year in this application. So it defines the relationship between CIOs and UVA. Brendan, can you go ahead and click that CIO agreement? Or I would right click it.
Yeah, open.
And open in a new tab so you don't kind of lose where you're at. It just
Right.
makes it easier. So this is a good doc just to kind of glance through. Have you seen this before, Brendan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lengthy and long, just good to know
Good
the
to know the
policies and
relationship.
procedures though. So this will help you out throughout the year. So y'all definitely want to have this easily accessible. We always link it on the homepage of @UVA so you can access it whenever you need to. It's got our non-discrimination policy. So yes, make sure to scan through. Talks about funding, use of facilities, hazing, and Title IX policies that you're expected to comply with. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Any questions, Brendan?
Nope, read through this before.
Sweet. So yeah, you can go back to the form, click check that you acknowledge you've read it.
And next.
And so yeah, this is where you designate whether you're a CIO or a club sport. And so if you were a club sport, you would hit that next one and then you'd go on to sign the club sport attachment document. But if not, no need to worry about it. So yeah, Brendan, if you want to take a second, read this.
Yep. Yep. CIO president is responsible.
Yeah, so CIO president is responsible and on their honor to send annual hazing information. So we send that out to presidents for y'all to pass along to your organization.
Right.
Yep, go ahead and hit next. And then check that you understand those policies. So again, on your honor that it's your responsibility as the CIO president to emphasize these policies and circulate the info to your organization in terms of hazing prevention and education. Go for it, Brendan.
All right.
Title IX, so yeah, if you can read through that.
Yep.
Cool. Hit next. And this is similar to the hazing policy. So again, checking that you understand sexual harassment, sexual violence, and retaliation are prohibited by federal law and UVA policy. And it's on your honor as a president to emphasize these policies and programming information relevant to sexual violence prevention and education for your CIO. Yep, so next. And I also just want to say, I know these are like check boxes, but those are very
important,
very heavy issues as well. So just encourage you all just to be mindful of how you're building positive communities in your organizations. That's what we want for you, just to have positive, uplifting, encouraging organizations and communities. And so that's why those policies are there. So yeah, this is the legwork before you go to your profile and update that. So again, saying that your name, your CIO name is not being misused on websites or things. So for instance, if you use UVA or the University of Virginia in your name, that it says at UVA. So if y'all had included that, it'd be SpongeBob Club at UVA rather than the UVA SpongeBob Club because of the nature of y'all's organization. Yep. And then copying, pasting this non-affiliation language to your websites. And just FYI, you can't really include text that big on Twitter. So if you have multiple accounts, just try to link them all together and have it on at least one of your pages. And that's great. We love that.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
All right, so yeah, maybe Brendan, you want to talk out loud as you kind of look through some of these things and what you feel like you need to update or is already good?
Yeah, I'm sure older clubs might have some outdated language if they've changed like how they meet and stuff like that. But ours seems pretty much the same, except for that we have meetings on Zoom now. But yeah. And we have our Facebook page attached, and yeah, we have the non-affiliation language on that. Facebook's pretty good about in like your bio information. You can post that information.
Usually really easy fix just to copy paste it into the about section of y'all's page.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we can change this contact information. If you want the outgoing president to have it in there. Or sorry, the incoming president.
Yeah, and if you know your incoming president's email, that would be good to go ahead and update there.
Yeah. Yep. Change this phone number. I'll look up his phone number later.
Okay. Yep, that's totally fine. I understand you not wanting to have that on video. So yeah, if you scroll down.
Wait, it's not gonna let me go.
Or yeah, just cool. And then yeah, if you want to go ahead and update the new president's name there. You'll also still need to update it on the roster as well. This is just here in the profile so that when someone goes to your page, they can easily find it rather than having to go to your roster to find the president. So it's in multiple places.
Right.
And do y'all have an advisor?
Not currently, no.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's optional for CIOs. So if y'all have an advisor and can put it there, great. Please be sure to ask them first. Sometimes people get listed or just relisted, and haven't talked with the group for a while. So just, if you have a person, check in with them, make sure they're still cool being your advisor or up for it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Cool. So y'all have about 50 members.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
No application. Yeah, April's a good time, I guess, to transition
When y'all
officers.
transition.
I guess this is if you have any questions and need some more resources.
Yeah. I thought we had added a few more questions in there, but they don't seem to be showing up. Let's see. Yeah, scroll up a little bit again for me.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it membership type?
How far up?
Yeah, scroll back down. That's weird. I thought I had a couple more questions in there, but I can double check on that later. So yeah, anyway,
Okay.
yeah, there's some required questions, some that are not required. So just check through and make sure you answer them all. And then, yeah, yep. So like you said, that one, just selecting what topics your club might want more info on or support in. Cool. So go ahead and hit next.
Profile picture.
Profile picture. Yep. So this one, just good to make sure you don't have any pictures of the rotunda or the sabers. Some of those things are off limits. So if you have any questions at all, see, that's great. Perfect. But yeah, if you have any questions about your logo or a profile picture, or you aren't sure if it's fine to use, just email it to brandguidelines@virginia.edu before you submit and get their approval. And if they say it's good, it's good. So, yep, that one's great.
Yeah, we went through that a little while ago, getting the split V logo.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So did y'all end up emailing them?
Yeah, we did. We it was actually like, week before spring break. We were about to start making T-shirts or like build the logo and present in places, but we'll save that for next year. But we do have approval from brand at virginia.edu. It was a pretty easy process.
Nice. Yeah, they're great. Great team, very responsive.
Yeah.
So always good to double check. Yeah, split V's are fine. You can have the words in the middle, but if you use if you use UVA or University of Virginia in your picture, just make sure to put the word "at" in front of it or the @ symbol in front of it. So cool. I'm glad it worked well for y'all. Coordinating with them. So go ahead and hit next. So yep, now you'll select your categories. So it's just another easy way for people to find your organization based on a category. Cool. So SpongeBob, social and hobby. You'll always want to make sure you select CIO as a category. So we've got you all designated as CIOs. And you can select as many or as few as you need to that fit. But I would think critically about which ones really fit and describe your organization and what, when people are searching for clubs to join, does your organization fit within those categories? Yep, next. So the roster. Yeah, so you'll want to list at least 10 members. Just make sure the president and financial officer are two different people. And then the biggest thing here is just designating one event requester 1 and one event requester 2. So you might have to check or uncheck boxes to make sure you've only got one person listed for each. And those are the two people that'll be able to reserve spaces. I know it's tricky right now with the virus and things and us all being virtual, but if and when, and hopefully when all of that gets back up and running, just want to make sure you all have 2 people, up to 2 people that can reserve spaces for you.
Right.
Yep. All right. Okay, so it looks like it just needs you to list a marketing officer.
All right.
So do you have a person in mind?
Yeah, I can probably look up there.
Or actually, if you scroll down, keep
Oh,
scrolling.
it goes to the
Yeah, it's got
roster.
your roster there, so you can
Oh,
designate a
cool.
current person that's listed. And is this a
Yeah.
pretty up-to-date list for you? These 15 people?
It's more like the dedicated people. We had
Mhm.
them volunteer to go into at UVA and sign in as a member. Our roster only has 15 on here, but we have more people that come to meetings. They just don't go through the effort to sign in online.
That's
So,
fair. And I would say to get this like a little bit more up to date, an easy way to do that is just to send the link on at UVA to y'all's page, and they can just request to join. Just be like, hey,
yeah,
y'all are members, would love to add you on here. So just request to join, and then you can go in and approve them really easily
right.
all at once.
Yeah.
So that's an easy way to do it. So it's not much effort on their end, but it updates it a little bit. Cool. So
All right.
yeah, once all
Good.
of those are checked, then you're good to go. And actually, can you go to your roster part again? Or yeah. So if you click, can you click next? Right there, yeah. So you can see on that first page he had 1 event requester, and then if you click next again, there's the event requester 2. So yeah, just double checking that there's only 1 event requester 1 and 1 event requester 2. And then if not, if you have multiple of those, just you can edit that position assignment. So cool. Just want to point that out.
Cool. All right. Constitution.
Yes. And so that part right there that says write your CIO name here does not restrict its membership. That's the crucial part that you'll want in your constitution. And just be sure to delete out any old language. And again, if you'll have questions, feel free to shoot us an email. Probably better to do that than to submit it and us have to deny it a couple times for tweaks. But we'll work with you either way to get you renewed. There's also a template there if you don't have a constitution. So yeah, Brennan, you have your constitution handy?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think it's this one. Or I guess we do this one.
Oh yeah, there it is. Constitution of SpongeBob Club.
All right, then I just hit next.
Yep.
Or do you want me to open it up?
Actually, yeah. Can we open it up? I wasn't sure if it would like let you. I guess it lets you upload it, but yeah, let's open it up and look through it. We can show them what yours looks like. And I always tell groups too, it's a great idea just to look on at UVA. You can see anyone's constitution if you go to their page and download their constitution document, and just to get other ideas of how people word things or where they organize things. And all of y'all do a lot of great work and have a lot of different processes that work really well for you. So it's just great to be able to see what others are doing and tweak yours as needed, but definitely by your own process for how you amend things. You know, if you need people in person or over Zoom in order to amend your constitution, definitely do that and do it as a group, ideally before you submit the application. Yeah. So do you have your constitution there?
Yeah, it should be up on my screen.
I can't see it.
What screen are you at right now?
Yeah, I'm seeing the.
I gotta share a new screen. My bad.
Okay, gotcha.
New share. Yeah.
There we go. Cool. Yeah, so y'all put it right there in your membership section, which is perfect. I think a lot of groups will put it there, or you can put it at the end of your constitution, especially for groups that have a really long constitution, and they'll have a specific section for non-discrimination language. So no right or wrong way to do it. Those are the two most popular ways that make the most sense, I think. But just make sure that that language is in there, and make sure that the Constitution is thorough in general. Like, this is great. Y'all have outlined how you function with your officers and dues and how to make amendments and those things. So yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be a really good working document for your organization. And it sets the tone for the rest of the year.
Cool. Let me go back to the.
Yeah, so that looks great.
All right.
So next, and we're getting towards the end, step 15 of 16. Yay! Okay, so key on this page that a lot of groups forget is to actually hit the submit for approval button. So this is a quick just overview of, like, please allow at least 10 days for us to review your application. With so many clubs, it just takes us a while to be able to review and get it back to you. And then these are instructions for how to check the status of your renewal application. So once you submit it, if it says the status is pending, that means you're just waiting to hear back from us. But if it says in progress, it means it actually hasn't been submitted yet. So you just definitely want to make sure you submit. And the easiest way to do that is if you were, like, say, Brendan, you were to, like, get out of this page and want to pick up where you left off, just easy to go in to @UVA, go to the top right and click on your initial, and then go to submissions, and you should be able to find this application. Yeah, great, thanks, Brendan. So yeah, if you go down to submissions,
Yeah.
go ahead and click it. And then, okay, so I think because we're working on it right now, it might not show up, but this is where it would show up. And so, like, for these ones, for example, it means you started them, but you didn't submit them.
Right.
But once it says pending, then that means it has been submitted. So yeah, if you can go back to your application, let's go ahead and submit it.
All right.
So hit next. Yeah, so this is great too. This gives you one last opportunity to look over all of your sections. So if there's anything you're like, oh, I wasn't sure about that, let me double check it before I submit. You can do that here, click through any of that, and then that blue submit button at the bottom is key. So yep, go ahead and submit. Boom. So yeah, now when you're there in, yeah, it's right there. Yep. So SpongeBob Club. Date completed April 5th, 2020. That's today. Yeah, so it's all submitted. So that means it's in our queue and we will review it. And just an FYI, if it gets denied, it just means there's, like, probably a couple small things you needed to tweak or change. So it doesn't at all mean we're not renewing your CIO. It just means we asked you to fix a couple things and that you need to go back in and resubmit. So yeah, and if y'all have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to email us at studentengagement@virginia.edu. Or you can ask Brendan. He's been through it, so he knows. Yep. Brendan knows what's up.
Yeah.
So yeah, super thankful for him taking time out to do this video with us.
Not a problem.
And yeah, so hopefully that helps. And we're also going to do a short video at some point on how to, or what it looks like on our end. So when I'm going through and reviewing an application and things that I'm checking. At this point, it usually takes me maybe five or so minutes to review an application. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little longer. But we're able to kind of whip them out once we get in a routine of knowing what we're looking for. So we can show you what that looks like too, so that you know what to expect there. But cool. Yay, and happy renewing.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Hope everyone can make sure they get their organizations renewed, their new officers settled, and fourth years out there, don't let your organization just disappear, get killed because of quarantine. Make sure you keep it going because they're great stuff.
Yes, yes. I guess, Brendan, do you have any tips since you renewed your group last year of maybe things you learned from renewing last year or wish you had done it earlier or later, or like what did it look like for you?
Yeah, it's all about just finding the right people to take on the organization, holding good elections, and just getting people involved. A lot of times people get busy in the middle of the semester, so like that. I don't want to prioritize clubs, but if you find the right people who do that, you'll keep your clubs going. So, yeah.
Yeah, great, great advice. Um, awesome, cool. Well, hope that was helpful, and we'll see you later.
All right.